How's it going, Blazers? We're going to bring you specifications you can relate to so you can have an educated decision on your purchases. We're going to be looking at some new knives that came in. Neither of these came out. This one will definitely be out, and this one, go over to Kickstarter and check it out. Place an order if you want to as well. So I know what they are, I just haven't handled any of them yet. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I also did get bitten in, it's been a while since I got bitten by a knife. So the one that did that is this one, which has a great action, great sound to it, but in fidgeting. So what happened is, as I was closing it down, I left my finger right there, and then I kind of guillotined my little fingertip there. Didn't lose the tip of the finger, although fingertips do grow back, if you didn't know that. I knew that because somebody took it off on a meat slicer at one point, and it grows back. It's kind of weird. Now, so I'm going to check out this one first. There's going to be one from drop.com. This is going to be the one that is from Gavko. So Michael Gavko. So he's going to be the one that had a few knives out. I think they had, I don't know how many knives he has on drop already, but does custom knife making. This one is a pretty cool one when I saw it. This is going to be the Nurse Shark, or Nurse. So that's going to be this knife here. So we'll see what it looks like. So this is still in prototyping stage, I believe. So this is not going to be the box that you'll get it in, but this is going to be one that's still made by We. So it's a little bit smaller than I would have thought it would be for the knife, but it is still a very pretty knife. I think out of the other one, the Thresher was another one that was out. I liked it as far as the action goes, but I did not like, I didn't like the overall feel of it, and especially with like the ridges on it for that model that I was able to handle. So that is this one. So this is also going to be a frame lock knife. It does have, looks like a titanium clip that is milled. It's almost like I think it's a titanium clip. It almost looks like basically the dual portion, so it almost looks like it's very thin for a titanium clip, but it's kind of cool. So first maiden flip, very nice. Closure, very nice as well. So this is going to be one that I think is going to be a pretty solid knife for it. I don't know if it's going to kind of dethrone the other knife that I think is probably my favorite so far. But that one is going to be, which one is that? But I think that's a liner lock for that one, because I ordered in the Oaks knife, the Lynx, but I think that's a liner lock. I haven't handled it in a while, so that's going to be that one there. But if this is one that you want to look out for, this is going to be going through the Apex Pass Around group. So thank you very much to drop.com for providing this knife to the Pass Around group. So you'll start to see these come out. So it does have their drop logo there. It doesn't have any branding on the blade other than the GV on this side. And there's probably a blade indication somewhere on there. So as you know, for any of the Wii knives, it's kind of a Where's Waldo type of thing going on. But that is going to be this one. I'm assuming this is going to be probably in the range of about $100 something to $200 for this variant. So I would guess like $160, $180, but we'll see when it comes out as far as the pricing and the price point for this. But overall, it's a pretty sweet little knife. So it is a little bit smaller than I thought it would be. So that's going to be that size. What else do I have here that can compare to that? Don't know where my other knife went. So let me grab, that's not a very good comparison, but like this is the small little copper natrix. So it's a little bit bigger than a copper natrix, but not by much. I was going to look for, I don't know where my Rat 2 went, but that's going to be what that looks like. It's going to be probably maybe a half an inch longer than the copper natrix, about the same size for the blade, maybe about an eighth longer, but that's going to be a difference on that. So that's the knife coming out from drop.com. So check that out. Also check out for more reviews coming for that as well. So that's going to be the first knife on the table. So pretty nice. I'll have to get that in pocket, see how that works, see how that pocket clip works as well. Let's see what actually the pull weight is as well, since we already have it out. I'm gonna go see what this pull weight is. Normally about 2 to 3 pounds is where I kind of like to have my knives sit. So that's gonna be 2 pounds 8.8, which is a pretty solid one. So that is not bad at all. And then let's see where it measures in it as well. So blade side, you're gonna have beyond edge thickness. It is kind of a thicker one because the blade stock looks a little bit thicker. But we'll see what this ends up at. About 19, almost 20 thousandths beyond the edge thickness for it. And for some reason, in my mind, it works better for millimeters for actually blade stock. So I go with like regular measurement and then millimeters for the actual stock. So it's about 3.98, basically about 4 millimeters for blade stock. And then it goes down to that about 20 thousandths behind the edge. So pretty sweet. I like it so far. So out of the Gavko knives, this is the one that I like the most. And also, I mean, the actual custom version of that is probably about $600 to $1,000. I don't know if it's bigger than that or smaller than that though, because I haven't handled it. I don't know what the actual size of that one is. But I guess if you want to get the actual sizing here, you're going to have about a 3-inch blade for it, and then you're going to have just a little bit under 4 inches for the handle. So that's what you're going to have there. So I use this knife to open up this box. So this is Israel's knife. So this is one that is built by Reate. So that's the one thing that you're going to actually be able to have some confidence in. And that's kind of his whole purpose behind it too, as far as using Reate to build it, is to actually have it built by a company that you know and trust for quality control. So that's going to be this one. This is Arcane Designs Necronaut. So that's going to be here. So that's the logo right there for the knife. So that's going to be on one side. The Necronaut logo is going to be on the other side. So there's going to be some changes from this actual prototype here. It is live on Kickstarter as I'm recording this, and I'll probably put this up tonight. So I think there's another 8 days or 7 days left to get it funded. So he's looking to just get enough to actually build the knives. So we're looking at probably, this is about $268 for this one here. So this is going to be the knife. So there's a blacked out, there's a satin version, and I think all of them are blacked out handles though. I'm not too sure on that, but aluminum bolster now cover here. This one also acts as a over travel stop on this side. So it's on both sides for those aluminum bolsters. And then if it can get to something that's more popular, then of course there'll be more options for that. But I was able to handle this over at Blade Show, well, I think it was Blade Show West. Yeah, Blade Show West. I was able to handle this knife in the prototype phase. So as it was a 3D printed model, when I first picked it up, I was like, well, this is gonna, I don't know if that's gonna be comfortable. I was able to handle at least the plastic 3D version, and it seemed very comfortable. So this is gonna be where I actually can get the metal one in hand. So there's titanium. There's going to be M390 for the blade steel. So as you see on this side, M390, that's going to move to somewhere hidden by the flipper tab. I think it's also going to shorten up just a tad here, but the placement of the pocket clip is going to be about the same, and he did like it that way. So that's where it's kind of designer's preference as far as how that goes, because I know there's a big thing between deep carry, non-deep carry, but if you're able to grab the knife out very well, then that's a good thing as well. So we're going to look at it. For this one, I think there's also going to reduce the flipper tab touch. I'm not too sure how that's going to work because, I mean, if you reduce it, I mean, it's going to be even smaller. But we'll see when I do the maiden flip here. So we're going to flip it out. So it flips fairly well. A little bit sharp on the relief. So that's where I would probably change that a little. So as I'm releasing the knife, this inner edge I feel is a little bit too sharp. So I know they're changing up here where there actually has the relief here. But I feel even this portion is a little bit sharper than I would have liked, because as I'm just releasing that frame lock, I'm actually noticing a little bit more. It's not a very clean and comfortable release. But Reate's a good brand. I mean, they have that going for them. But that's going to be this one here. So that's going to be the price point, $368, and it's going to have a $388. Also, if you sell it out of the first grouping, then the next grouping after that is going to be $388 for it, and also Reate built. So we'll see what this one is for the flipper tab as well. So again, for my personal preferences, as far as what I find to be ideal for what I like, is going to be 2 to 3 pounds for the actual flipper weight, or the weight to actually deploy. So we'll see what this one is. So just on the verge of it, 2 pounds 13.3 ounces for that. So right on that area, still in that portion where I like it as far as a flipper tab. And then we'll see also where some of the measurements come out to be. So since it's already set for millimeters, we'll set where the actual blade stock is. So blade stock is a bit over 4, so about 4.1 millimeters. So higher than 4 ounces or 4 millimeters for the blade stock. And actually the behind edge thickness, we have 2 areas that we're going to measure for this, because we have 2 different bellies. So about 25 thousandths on that one. On this one, you're about 26 and a half. So those are 2 behind edge thicknesses on it, and it's built to be more of a heavier use knife for the blade. It almost seems like there is a ramp. So Reate normally has a detent ball ramp as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But that one is going to be Reate built, so I'll put it down here so you can kind of get a sizing. So we'll match it up with the pivot there, and we'll match it up with the handle. So you can see on it, it's going to be now basically for the handle, it's going to be all the way down onto this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 inches for the handle, and you have 1, 2, 3, and maybe a half. So about 3.5 all the way up to the tip of the blade. So that's going to be where you have for that, and that's going to be where also you're going to have this one for the drop Nurse Shark. Well, it's actually not Nurse Shark. It is a Nerf Shark, but they just call it the Nurse. So Necronaut, Nurse, that's the 2 knives that are coming out. Both of them not available yet, but be on the lookout. This one order through Kickstarter if you want to back the project. So that's coming up, and get on that so you can actually have this come to fruition for the knife. And then this one is going to come up on drop.com, and you'll also see some more reviews from this, because this was sent to the Apex Pass Round group, and also this was sent to the Apex Pass Round group as well. So this one by Israel and this one by Drop. So check those out for those 2 knives, and also check out this knife. I bought this one, so this one did not come to me. The original grouping did, where it's every single model that they had, and then this is the one that I took away from it that ended up biting me. And it's kind of a weird thing too, when something bites you as far as a knife goes. Normally you're like, ah, and it's like, well, good job. It's like, good job for cutting me. It's like, you're sharp. So you respect the tools that you have. But this one is called the Reate. Also, one thing that I did like about it is the original one says Red E on the actual clip, but they give you the option to change it out. So that's the first thing I did, is change it out. So my personal preference, I did not want it to have Reate on the actual clip, so they have that option. It is right hand and left hand carry, D2 blade steel, Chicago cutlery I think is where I got this one from. It was like $63, so that's kind of a way to go on that. But those are those 3 that I'm talking about today. Let me know in the comments down below as far as what you think, because reviews are coming out for this and this. So if you have questions that you want me to address for that, then let me know, for the Necronaut and also for the Nurse. And then this will come eventually, but these are going to have priority over that. So let me know what you think. So first one, Kickstarter, the Arcane design Necronaut. Drop.com is going to be lookout for this one, the Nurse, and then they're ready. So thank you very much for your time. Let me know in the comments down below as far as what you think, and thank you very much.